Hello, my name is David Elwell, and I am an information technology professional. I have been working with and building computers for over 10 years, and have become quite familiar with how they work. Today, I'll be demonstrating how to build your very own SmoothWall firewall router out of an old computer or just spare parts like we have here. First off, this video is intended for anybody who is familiar with computers and their hardware, interested in speeding up their internet browsing experience, and securing their internet connection. For this demonstration, you will require an old computer, 200 MHz or greater, or the equivalent in computer spare parts. Additionally, for the initial setup, you will require an optical CD drive, keyboard, and a monitor in order to walk through the installation. First off, most computers come with an onboard Ethernet port. However, to build your own router, you will require an additional Ethernet port, and you can acquire that by buying a PCI card. To install the PCI card, you simply plug it in to the white PCI slot. Once your second Ethernet card is installed, you need an Ethernet cable leading from your onboard to your modem. Use your second card, you plug it Ethernet, then you plug it into your workstation, or if you have multiple workstations, you plug it into a switch, and then plug each of those workstations into the switch. Next. Once all of this initial setup is done, you will need to go to www.smoothwall.org to download the SmoothWall ISO. Once you have the ISO downloaded, you'll need to burn it to a bootable CD in order to begin the initial installation. Once you boot from the CD, this is the initial setup screen. On this screen, you'll notice there's a warning saying that installing SmoothWall will erase all data on your hard drive. So if you have anything on your hard drive that you wish to keep, you want to stop the installation and back that up now. Go ahead and press Enter to continue. Once you get to this screen, go ahead and press Enter to begin the installation. This screen tells you to make sure you have the CD in the CD-ROM drive, although chances are you're already booted from the CD, so it's already there. Go ahead and click OK. Now we'll format the hard drive and install the setup files for SmoothWall. Go ahead and press OK to continue. This screen warns you that once you begin the installation procedure, all data on the hard disk will be erased. Only continue if you're 100% sure. Go ahead and highlight OK and press Enter. This installation procedure will take anywhere from a couple of minutes to 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the size of your hard disk and the computer you're working with. You will get this screen once the installation successfully completes. Go ahead and press Enter. In this demonstration, we're assuming this is your first installation, so go ahead and hit No. On this screen, you choose the keyboard layout. We're going to use the US layout. On this screen, you can define the machine's hostname. Go ahead and leave it as a default SmoothWall. Here, we're determining the security policy. Unless you plan on going back afterwards and configuring your own security policy, leave it at half open, the default. Go ahead and hit OK. Now this is the main configuration menu for SmoothWall. Go ahead and select Network Configuration Type. As you can see here, there are many different options for setting up your network. However, since we only have 2 network cards installed, we're going to use green and red. Go ahead and select green plus red and hit OK. In the next step, drivers and card assignments, we're going to pick which card is assigned to different roles. When you get to this screen, go ahead and hit OK. Hit Probe, and SmoothWall will search for the cards on your motherboard. Here we have the PCR card I installed earlier. Go ahead and hit OK. If you remember earlier, I said that the installed PCR card would lead to our workstation or switch. That means that will be assigned green. Go ahead and hit probe again to find your onboard Ethernet. Go ahead and hit OK to select your onboard. Now we are going to assign the onboard Ethernet card to the modem. Go ahead and select red, the only option left. Once all cards are successfully allocated, go ahead and press enter. Now we want to look at address settings. Select address settings and press enter. For this, we need to configure the red connection, the one coming from our modem. Depending on your connection type, you will want to choose static if you have an IP address assigned from your ISP, DHCP if you have a cable modem, and PPPoE if you have a DSL modem. In this case, we're using a cable modem, so we're going to select DHCP. Go ahead and scroll down to DHCP, press the spacebar to select it. Once DHCP is selected, go ahead and press enter. Go ahead and select Done to exit the address settings screen. Once you finish those settings, go ahead and select Done to move on to the next screen. In this case, we're only going to configure the DHCP server configuration. We want to check Enabled to turn on the DHCP server so that our router will assign IP addresses to our workstations. Once you've done that, go ahead and press OK. Go ahead and select Finished to complete the installation. Before the installation can complete, we're going to need to set password for the admin and root users. You'll want to remember these passwords as they will allow you to log in through the web interface later. Once you have set the passwords, go ahead and select OK and press enter. This completes the installation of SmoothWall. Go ahead and make sure the CD is out of your disk drive and press OK to reboot. Once you have SmoothWall installed and set up on the machine, you can now log in through the web interface. To do this, by default, you need to type 192.168.0.1:81 into the address bar. Once there, you'll be prompted with a screen asking for a username and password. The username is admin and the password is the one that you defined earlier. Once you enter in your username and password, you will come to this screen. This is the home page of your SmoothWall Express web interface. From here, you can do just about anything to configure your SmoothWall router. First, we'll look at the About tab, where you can look at traffic information and different classes or bandwidth. On Status, you can see which services you have enabled or disabled. If you click on bandwidth bars, you can see how much bandwidth your network is currently using. Clicking on Traffic Monitor shows real-time network bandwidth usage graphs for every IP address connected to the network. And lastly, clicking on My SmoothWall tells you the current version of SmoothWall that you are running and some different information about registering. Now we're going to take a look at the web proxy service. To get here, highlight Services and scroll down to Web Proxy. On this screen, you can configure and enable your web proxy. When you visit a website more than once, it will pull that information off of the local server rather than having to download the information again. As you can see here, currently our cache size is set to 500 megabytes. This means that the local server will store up to 500 megabytes of data. Depending on the size of your hard drive, you may want to increase this. We'll go ahead and increase it to 5,000 megabytes, which is just under 5 gigabytes. Go ahead and click Enabled, then click Save to enable your web proxy. Lastly, we'll take a look at Quality of Service. To get to Quality of Service, highlight Networking and scroll down to QoS. This is the Quality of Service page. On this page, you can enable traffic shaping. Traffic shaping allows you to give higher priority to certain services on the network. For example, surfing the web can have a higher priority than downloading, so that if someone on the network is downloading large amounts of files, you'll still be able to surf the web. To enable traffic shaping, simply check the tick box and click Save. Thank you for viewing my SmoothWall tutorial. I hope you have found it helpful. Please download the written materials for more detailed instructions and information on configuring some of the more advanced features in SmoothWall.